Greetings, I am the wrestling fan. I may not be the best wrestling fan, but I am the finest. And welcome to another rendition of The Wrestling Fan's Pay-Per-View Reactions. On this edition, we're going to look at WWE Payback 2016. Okay, so I was really excited for WWE Payback, and I just watched it a few hours ago. I watched it live, just like probably most of you did, and you're probably wondering what my reactions were to all the matches. Well, I'll kind of go through match by match real quick and give an overall about the whole pay-per-view. I didn't watch the pre-show. I didn't give a shit about Baron Corbin, Dolph Ziggler. Dolph Ziggler won. Okay. Spoilers, I guess I should say, you know, I'll say who won every match, so if you haven't seen it yet, do not watch this video. I'm surprised that Dolph Ziggler won. Good for him to finally get a victory, but whatever. I guess hopefully that feud will keep going. He'll, you know, make Baron Corbin look good. Baron will get the win back, whatever. Kalisto Ryback, I didn't give a shit. I didn't care. Kalisto won. I like him a lot. I don't like the big guy, Ryback. I don't give a shit. But the show opened up with New Day coming out and just getting the crowd all happy and riled up, and they were really funny and, as usual, and entertaining as hell. They made a great Beyonce joke. But the opening match was for the #1 contendership for the tag team titles. Enzo Amore and Big Cass versus the Vaudevillains. Now, as everyone knows now, a very scary moment happened in the match. Enzo was thrown through the ropes, he got a whiplash effect, and he basically got knocked out, and it was pretty terrifying. The good news is he's okay. They ran tests on him, like all of them were negative. He has a concussion, but I don't think a severe one. He's already out of the hospital, so he's doing fine, because it was scary. I watched it with the same people I always watch it with every month if we get to, and it was terrifying. It's not fun when it looks like a wrestler could be seriously injured. I mean, his neck could have broken. You know, he could have severely injured his spine. If you haven't seen it, I mean, watch it. It's terrifying, but they ended the match quick. The referee put the X sign up. You know, Big Cass was obviously distraught. New Day was distraught. The Vaudevillains were distraught. And it's nobody's fault. People may... Simon Gotch, I think he botched it, and it is technically his fault, but it's wrestling. It happens. You know, I'm sure Enzo isn't pissed about it. I just feel bad for Enzo and Cass because this was their big moment. They were probably going to win. They were going to win. And when the rematch happens, eventually they'll win. It just sucks in Chicago, you know, on a pay-per-view. I feel bad for him that this happened because it was kind of a momentum killer. But they'll be back soon, better than ever, and they'll have that match. They'll probably win and go up for the tag titles. But the match went to a no contest, so it only lasted about 3-4 minutes. But it was a scary moment. And then the next match on the card was the one that I was looking forward to the most, that most people were looking forward to the most, Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. And this match, it was probably the best on the card. It was fantastic. It was just another great match from these two. It was honestly probably the best match they've had because it was really back and forth. Their first main event in NXT, it was more about Kevin Owens just beating the shit out of Sami Zayn. And their second one, Sami was injured, they couldn't do much. This was great, and I hope this feud continues. I'm probably going to rewatch it after I shoot this video. It was the match I was looking forward to the most, two of my favorites, and they delivered. And Kevin Owens winning, I'm good with that. He needed a victory. He made a speech afterward. He's so fucking talented and so goddamn good on the mic. He brought in Byron. You just have to watch it to see it. And it worried me because it looked like it was the end of the feud. But the next match, which was Miz defending the Intercontinental Championship against Cesaro, and it was a good match. It was fine. I wanted Cesaro to win, but I knew he wouldn't. But the way they did it, the way they booked it was really good in my opinion. Because Sami Zayn came back out, attacked Kevin Owens, who was on commentary, who is great on commentary. And they kind of got in the ring. Cesaro hit both of them. Miz rolled him up and used the tights to win. and then Kevin came in and obliterated everyone and held up the Intercontinental title. So it looks like the Intercontinental title is back in play for Kevin and Sami. And I really, really want like Kevin to win the Intercontinental Championship, and when Sami finally beats him in a regular match and pins him, or even makes him submit, I want it to be for a title, because that will make Sami Zayn. But I thought it was great booking, because now we have 4 people in the Intercontinental title picture. I like Miz as champion. I want Cesaro to win the Intercontinental Championship, but not as much as I do Kevin Owens or even Sami Zayn. But it was really awesome. And the Miz-Cesaro match was fine. Like, it was a good match. It was. I love Cesaro, but nothing super special. Okay, in the match after that, Dean Ambrose, Chris Jericho. It was a really solid match. It was really good, but the crowd was really quiet. Honestly, I didn't really care. It's not like the feud hasn't been okay, but there's something with Dean Ambrose that's missing. And I'm actually I like him a lot. And I think WWE has misused him horribly over the past year. And I still think it's because they don't want him to eclipse Roman Reigns, and it pisses me off. But there may be other reasons. I'm just getting tired of his shtick. I'm starting to not like his wrestling style. I wish they would let him do more promos, but it's just, I'm getting tired of it. And if they want him to be the lunatic fringe, let him be the lunatic fringe, okay? Let him be psychotic. You know, I don't know. Maybe he needs a heel turn. I don't know. But the match between him and Jericho, it was good. It was solid. I just didn't really care about it. It's probably not going to be a match that I rewatch. But as usual, Jericho puts on a great match. Ambrose put on a great match. Ambrose won, which, you know, he needed a win badly, even if it's against Jericho. But it was good. And if the feud continues to Extreme Rules, which it will, Extreme Rules will probably be a carbon copy of everything that happened at Payback. But it was fine for what it was. It was good. Okay, and then we had the Women's Championship. Charlotte defending her title against Natalya. Charlotte had Ric Flair with her, and Charlotte brought out Bret Hart. And it was great to see him. I know he said he didn't really want to be there, which I don't know why he said that. But I think I know why, and I'll get to that in a second. The match, it was fine, but again, it just didn't click. And Charlotte, I'm starting to notice what I don't like about Charlotte. She is a great wrestler. I don't think she's as good as, you know, Sasha or Bayley or Natalya or even like Asuka. And I don't think she's as good because she's very hesitant. Moves are messed up with her because it's like at the last second she changes her mind and she gets scared. And she needs to get over that because it's kind of... She wasn't like that in NXT. I don't know why she's like that on the main roster, but she seems really hesitant in matches, and it just makes things look really fake, and it kind of takes you out of the match a little bit. I mean, the match was solid, but nothing special, and this rivalry I'm not really buying. Again, the build-up to a lot of this stuff hasn't been great, but I was excited for the matchup, and it was fine. But the ending of the match, they once again recreated the Montreal Screwjob, because with everything Bret Hart's been through in his life, why not every time he comes back to WWE, we just recreate the worst fucking moment of his life? I don't get it. The dude just beat cancer, and I think that might have been why he didn't want to do it. I think he did it for Natalya, which was nice because that's his niece, but I just don't get it. Like, why do you have to keep needling this poor guy, making him relive this shit? And I really hope that tonight on Raw they explain the screw finish, because it was Little Nate, or as we've nicknamed him, Hair, the referee, who was in WCW and was like Rick's right-hand man in the insane asylum. Yeah, if you don't know what that is, go look it up on the WWE Network. But, you know, it was weird. Like, Charlotte put Natalya in the sharpshooter and the referee rang the bell. And it was confusing, and the crowd really didn't like it. I didn't either. But if they explain it, if they keep the feud going, fine. I would love to see Natalya become the women's champion, but I know they're setting up for Charlotte Sasha Banks at SummerSlam. And I honestly think the crowd didn't give a shit about this match because they love Natalya, but they love Sasha more. And they want to see Sasha fucking Banks. And I know she's getting frustrated. I know they're holding her back, but eventually it's going to hurt her. So they really need to get her back into the title picture sometime soon. If they want her to win at SummerSlam, great. But she's got to be there. But the match was fine for what it was. And I am starting to think that Rick being out there is hurting Charlotte more than it is helping her. I did enjoy it a lot, but I think it's time for him to go because I think too much attention is going on him and not Charlotte. But I don't know. That's just my opinion. The match was fine. Okay, and we get to the main event. AJ Styles, the phenomenal AJ Styles, main events a WWE pay-per-view only a few months after his first appearance at the Royal Rumble against the heavily loved, sarcasm, WWE World Heavyweight Champion Roman Reigns. And I was really looking forward to this match. Now, if anyone thought AJ was going to win this match, you're a fucking idiot. I heard a lot of people complaining about this match that, well, okay, you know, AJ's not going to win, so why the fuck would I watch, and blah, blah, blah. Here's the thing. You watch because you want to support AJ Styles. If nobody watches, why would they push AJ Styles? Think about this. One of the best wrestlers of all time, who was the main man in TNA, the main man in New Japan Pro Wrestling, who reinvented himself and became the best wrestler in the damn world, and then came back to Ring of Honor and all this stuff, and that's why WWE signed him. I never thought I would see AJ Styles in the company because they didn't want him, and he made them want him, and he finally came in. And within a few months, he gets to main event a pay-per-view for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. He's not going to beat Roman Reigns. And it was revealed after the pay-per-view they'll both fight at Extreme Rules in an Extreme Rules match, which, awesome. I'm for that. Keep the feud going, get one more match. That's great. But I don't... Fans are so... Can't you just have fun? Like, I knew that AJ would give Roman Reigns one of the best matches of his career, which he did. Just enjoy it. And enjoy the close near falls where AJ, it might look like he's going to win. Just enjoy it. Don't take it so goddamn seriously, okay? And yeah, I know I'm the wrestling fan. I wear a stupid beanie. I've got all this shit. I take wrestling seriously. But I can still have fun when I watch this shit, even though I know what the outcomes are going to be. I know AJ wasn't going to win. I knew Roman would hit one spear and win, which is exactly what happened. But goddamn, it was a match. It was a damn match. It was hard-hitting. It was physical. It reminded me a lot of Brock Lesnar, Roman Reigns from WrestleMania 31, in terms of it just being really hard-hitting and believable. And the match was crisp, and it flowed really well, and everything just looked perfect. Like when AJ... flew out of the ring and hit Roman with the phenomenal forearm and he put him through the table. It broke perfectly. They both landed perfectly. Everything looked great. And they stopped the match twice because of a count-out, no disqualification. The two people who will now run Raw, Shane McMahon and Stephanie McMahon, both came out to make it no count-out, no DQ. I was a little miffed at first, but you know what? I kind of like that. I like what they're doing with that to show that this is a new era. And they're promoting that this is a brand new era. They even had a video package about it before the pay-per-view. And it needs to be a new era. They need it desperately. Again, I was hoping for a Roman Reigns heel turn. They're either putting it off or they're just never going to do it. Whatever. Gallows, Anderson came out. The Usos came out, which... Yay, Usos. That's not helping Roman Reigns either. The Usos are not fucking helping him. But they came out. There were scuffles, all this stuff. But it's another match. I'm going to rewatch it. I'll probably rewatch it after I watch Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. It was a great match. And people can bitch like, well, okay, AJ Styles hit 50 phenomenal forearms and Roman still kicked out, but he hits one spear and that's it. Yeah, it's bullshit, okay? But remember this. It's fake. Roman's stronger than AJ Styles. He's bigger. I'm not defending it. I think it's dumb. But don't let it take you out of it. It was still great. AJ showed that he deserves to be in the main event. He can deliver when they need him to, and he made Roman look strong. But honestly, Roman held his own. He came to fight. He came to play. And I've never seen him wrestle like that, not even with Daniel Bryan, and they had a terrific match. Still, I think the best match of Roman's career thus far. But he was beating the shit out of AJ, and I know AJ loved every second of it. So, he's a tough son of a bitch. But fantastic main event and great way to end the pay-per-view. I look forward to their rematch, even though I know AJ won't win, but there's still that little hope. I'm not a Roman Reigns fan. I don't hate the guy. I hate how WWE has booked him. I want AJ to win. I'd like for him to reform the Bullet Club or Bulletproof, whatever they're going to call it. I hope at Extreme Rules there's a twist, something. Gallows Anderson joins Reigns, which I hope not, but if they do, fine. Or the Bullet Club is reformed, whatever. We'll see, but the main event was, I thought, fantastic. Okay, so my final rating for Payback 2016, WWE Payback 2016, honestly, I enjoyed it quite a bit, and it might only deserve a 3 out of 5. I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5. I know the opening match with the injury, that sucks that it happened, but Sami Zayn Kevin Owens was the match of the night. The main event was a close second, and I enjoyed it. I mean, I really enjoyed the main event. Dean Ambrose, Chris Jericho, even though I didn't give a shit, it was still a good match. The women's match was fine. It was fine. Miz Cesaro was good, and I liked the end of the match. I liked the aftermath. So I think it deserves a 4 out of 5. In my opinion, to me, it deserves a 4 out of 5. I very much enjoyed this pay-per-view, and it was another good show, and I can't wait for Raw tonight. I can't see... Extreme Rules is only like 3 weeks away, barely that, and that's not enough time. They shouldn't be having it that close, but whatever. It's not like we have to pay $50 for a freaking pay-per-view anymore, so why complain? But I don't like the Extreme Rules pay-per-views, but, we'll see what happens. But Payback, I thought, was a 4 out of 5. So I very, very much enjoyed it, and I hope a lot of you did too. If you didn't, leave me comments. Let me know how you think, and maybe we can talk about it. If you did like it, tell me what you liked about it, what you didn't like about it. But at this moment, those are my opinions about Payback 2016. So until next time, peepers, peepetters, this is The Wrestling Fan saying I'm awesome, and this pay-per-view was pretty close to being awesome. So, till next time.